Good morning, Madhavi ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Devdatta.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Mahantish.
Patad ma'am, are you ready?
Yes, madam. Yeah. We are ready, madam.
Okay.
Yeah. Ma'am,
Yes.
11 o'clock, you can start now.
Okay,
See the
madam.
time?
Okay. Yes, madam.
Time?
Another minute we were waiting. Yes, madam. We'll start with.
Very good morning to one and all. The Karshiteshwara Arts College and Science Institute, Vidyanagar, Hubli, Department of English, has organized a national webinar on English for employment. I take this opportunity to welcome you all. I request beloved HOD, Sujata S. Patel ma'am, to welcome and introduce the guests to the gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, Devdas. Good morning, everybody. Respected Principal Dr. Uma Nerle, madam, resource person Mrs. Madhavi, participants, students, colleagues, and everyone. Every new day brings new light, new hope, and new strength. Today, the new light is the national webinar on English for Employability. On this occasion, I wholeheartedly welcome the resource person, Mrs. Madhavi, and a warm welcome to Principal Dr. Uma Nirle, madam, and a hearty welcome to all the participants. It's a matter of great feeling to introduce today's resource person, Mrs. Madhavi, Project Trainee Manager in Language Skills, Tech Vocation, Mysuru. Madam Madhavi has varied experience of teaching in Polytechnic College, Engineering College, PG Department in English at JSS, Mysuru, and at present is working as Project Trainee Manager in Language Skills at Tech Vocation, Mysuru. In her 16 years of teaching experience, she had shouldered the responsibility of creating course content of language skill development for short-term and long-term online and offline courses for engineering graduates, and also for the spoken English tutorials. She has created the content for EdSite EduPortal California. She has taken special interest in designing activity-based English learning for adult learners also. Madam has been the part of Board of Examiners and the Board of Studies for the syllabus framing. She has also the experience of being the resource person for various training programs like webinars, ILT, one-to-one with corporate skills, and many such programs. Thus, her area of expertise are curriculum content, designing, developing training materials, and training modules. As learning is a continuous process, Madam recently has undergone the certification in technical writing and content writing courses at TESOL, which is internationally accredited award-winning course. Madhavi Madam belongs to teaching field and also to the corporate world. Thus, she serves as a powerful link between the academics and the placements, which is the dire need of the day. And with this brief introduction, I proudly present before you all our resource person, Mrs. Madhavi Madam, for the national webinar. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, HOD Madam, for the brief introduction of my professor, Mrs. Madhavi K.R. Madam. Madam, it is over to you for the address for the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So I'm humble to the introduction which has been given. I take this opportunity as a proud as well as a learning moment for me to go with the young learners, the youngsters of today, so that I always feel that webinars are mutual learning process. I hope that is the same with all those who are here, right? Yes,
Yes,
and
yes,
I
madam.
just want to be, yeah, thank you, thank you. I just want the webinar to be an interactive one rather than us dry or boring one. So I just want you to communicate to me through the chat option, so which is provided there. Could you please? So how many of you are eager to listen the gap between the academics as well as the corporate, and how to overcome it? So please let me know through your answers in the chat box. Are you eager to listen to this? Please type yes if you are interested. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, a good morning to you all. I hope all are energetic. Yeah, great, great. Yeah, plenty of yes I'm getting. I'm thankful to you. Okay. And the meanwhile, let me know. Oh yeah, great, great. Okay, in the meanwhile, let me know, like, how many of you have attended or went through any of at least a kind of taking risk, I can call, writing a CV or a resume for you, or attending any one of the interviews in your life. It is not mandatory that it be academic oriented, but a kind of formal interviews. How many of you? Please let me know. Yes? Yes, please. Have you attended any of the interviews prior? Hope. No. Okay. So if yes, thank you. Thank you. I have got mixed responses here. So let us go with the webinar topic, English for employment. Does this sound odd? Yes, please. Does this sound odd? No, because yes, madam, written application, prepared CV, attended interviews too. Yeah, I have got a response from Shiv Shankar. Great. I appreciate and I wish you best of luck. Okay, so we have mixed responses here, and let us go with a few of the responses which have been given and directly jump into our topic. So, yes. I'm sharing my screen. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope it is visible. But one thing I just want to say you here that your chats will not be visible to me when I share my screen. Okay. So, when you look into this picture, what comes to your mind? Please let me know. There's a picture, right? Yes?
They are enjoying, madam.
Okay. Anything else?
Unity is strength.
Unity is strength. Great. Okay. And they are enjoying. That might be the beginning of a day. That might be a function. That might be a celebration. That might be showing unity, strength. Any other responses?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Yes. Great. Great. Okay. Let me. Mhm, mhm. Okay. Let me come to the point now. Okay. When you interact with some other person, so or how could you communicate with other person if you don't know the language, if you don't have any signs, and if you are supposed to use only expressions? How far you will be able to do the communication effectively? Yes. Let me know how far we will be able to do the communication effectively if you don't know the language. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that I couldn't see your chat because I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know.
Madam, communication is very important. This is what I feel, so that we can share the ideas as well as benefit from other ideas also.
Okay, yeah, and through what right now we are connected. So we are connected through webinars. I agree that this is a webinar, but I want my webinars to be interactive. Thank you for the answer. I couldn't know the name, but the answer is really a good one. I appreciate it. Okay, so when we come to the topic, English for employability, I told that today we are connected through webinar, right? So, and the connecting language is English. Though we live in Karnataka, so though we live in India, or we live in universe when we go in the wider option, but yeah, one thing we need to observe here is we are all connected through a language, right? So let us go to the second slide. Okay, so this is what you could see a picture there. English for employability is a thing which I have added. So here we are exchanging our thoughts. Could you see that? Yes.
Yes, madam.
What other things this picture tells you? Yes, please.
Sharing and exchanging ideas.
Excellent.
Probably it's what we think is what we speak.
Okay, great. Then any other answers?
We are thinking within.
Okay. Yeah. So this picture is a symbolic representation of connecting to other person, and that connecting to other person through the vocal mode. That means called as speaking. Right. So here we do have written aspect of communication also, but this picture shows you only the spoken aspect of communication. So right now we don't live in a restricted world, and we live in such a world, so where we are into the webinar now. We are connecting to the whole world through websites, through internet, and we need a language where English is playing the language of playing the role of lingua franca, right? The language for communication is accepted as English worldwide. Okay, so now we came to know that English is important when we dream high, when we want to achieve high in our life, connecting globally. Remember, so I am not telling that any other language is inferior, but we are using English as a tool to connect to the whole world. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So when we go with English for employability, today's topic. Okay, let me ask, how many of you have heard the word SWOT? SWOT.
Yes, madam. SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis. Those who are already into the field of teaching or academics or professionals, working professionals, they know it very well that what SWOT is. May I get any answer from a student here? Please, any student, have you heard about SWOT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Could you please explain me?
In SWOT, yes means S is strength, W is weakness, O is opportunity, and T is threats.
Yes, great, great. Yeah. So thank you. May I know your name, please?
Shreya.
Okay, thank you, Shreya. It's really a good answer and the apt answer for the question. Yeah. So now let us go with what are all the things which are needed for employability. So employability directly connects us to jobs, right? Okay, so now let us go with the next option, English for employability. So as this is the topic of the day, so we have to go with the main things. These are all the few points which I was able to prepare. So for job preparation, what do you need? It is may I know whether you have written CV or resume. If you have experience, you write CV. If you have if you're a fresher, you opt for one, so which we go with resume, and we do have biodata, but which is little outdated nowadays. Okay, so apart from that, we have to prepare ourselves with some other tools. Okay, so I have tried to make a list of them, so let us go with that. So English for employability is the screen which you are seeing. I hope you are able to see that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So here I have written identify your areas of expertise. What do you mean by this? Okay, identifying your areas of expertise goes with both. One is your passion, another one is your skill or your expertise in the area. So one who has taken, I hope that we have students of all different branches like commerce, arts and science. Am I right, madam?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Okay, okay. So let me take an example of commerce students. So identify your area of expertise. If it comes to, I have thought that commerce students will be extremely good in law. Okay, this is just an assumption. So if I ask any other things about the law option, I could say that commerce students are extremely good at law because I met my friend who is good in law. But the fact is, commerce students might be good in other skills like the accountancy. They might be good in tally. They might be good in statistics, or they might be good in bookkeeping or some other work which goes with the documentation. Okay, so identify your area of expertise. 90% of the time, your area of expertise will be your passion. Have you observed it, students? I know the present generation is quite sharp enough to know this. So just go on finding out what is your area of expertise. If you are a science student, so identify your area of expertise. You might be taking 3 subjects as options because here you will be chosen with the 3 PCM or CBZ or electronics, maths, stats, so many n number of options will be there. So identify whether you are good in physics, whether you are good in theory, whether you are good in practicals, whether you are good in mathematics, or whether you are good in research. Identify your area of expertise. So that goes with the first option. Okay, so now, so like the second one, your interest of work. You might be good in one, extremely good in one, but sometimes this might happen. You are not interested to work in the same field. Okay, so I have seen students join to colleges who are extremely proficient in arts, fine arts. So the present scenario, that means that instead of we are not discussing of a new education policy, national education policy. If we go with the old one, what we are right now, so here some major or basic degrees are always considered. So when we go with this option, so I ask one who is a radio artist and who has joined degree. I asked her, so you're so good in singing, you are an excellent singer and already recognized. Why you want to pursue BSc or MSc? She said, I need a degree for my life. Why? She said, I can't do my life living by singing or by other means of arts. What is my passion? Right? Have you seen students like this? Are there any students those feel like this? Please let me know. Yes? They might be extremely good in some other, but they have joined degree to take a basic degree mark sheet. Am I clear? Yes? I'm unable to hear to anybody.
Yes, madam. Clear now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So in that case, have you seen students like this, or any students who is willing to pursue a different one and forcibly have taken a subject as their choice and pursuing degree in it? I'm not getting answers.
Yes, madam. We have students like that. Who just only for the namesake, they just for the degree, they come for the arts, but their interest is going to be something else.
Yes, great. Yes. So this is what I just want to say in the second slide. So your interest of work. So identify your interest of work, whether you are willing to join the field and take that field as your career. So that forms there. So once you find out that it is your field, if you have interest, if you have passion, then only you can proceed, you can reach heights in the field. Okay, so that is your interest of work. See, remember, your area of expertise or interest of work, if they are clubbed together, you are lucky because you will reach your heights easily. Okay, then the third step is go with SWOT. I got an answer from Shreya. Excellent answer. That is identifying your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities, and threats. So, what are these? Yes. So, what are your skills? Most of the time, your skills might not be your strength. Sometimes your strength will be delinked with your skill set. So I agree, if you are a self-motivated person, so that is a strength of yours. But if you are a short temper, that is a weakness of yours. So okay, so and if you are very good in mathematics, that is your strength. But if you are unable to listen and if you are not with the growth mindset, it will be a weakness, right? Okay, so workplace demands you to identify your SWOT. Okay, so what is your strength? What is your weakness? What are the opportunities you have? So this is quite strange, I agree. So to go with the opportunities, yes, sometimes this might happen that you will be having opportunity, a number of opportunity in the same field. For example, English, people most of the time think that taking arts or English or sometimes arts doesn't help them much. They have to go to a particular field which is meant for some writers or some teaching position. Okay, right. Yeah, they are partially right. I'm not telling that someone is wrong here. They are partially right. So if you take English as optional, and if you after completion of your post graduation, so you could go with a number of opportunities. You could be a translator, you could be a corporate trainer, you could go with the field of content writing, you could be a technical writer, you could do visual storytelling. It is not just being a clerk. You could go for teaching, you could go and prepare your own content curriculum, so many things if you just take English as your option, and this might be for all other options. So identify the field of interest, go with your SWOT analysis, the opportunities you have in your field. Right? Okay. Then, so once it is done, then there are threats. So what are threats? Yes? What are threats? Please let me know. I couldn't get any answer. What are threats?
Hello, madam.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. The difficulties which we face when we are aiming at achieving a goal.
Wow, great answer. I appreciate. Yes, threats or your workplace threats, or might be like, I'm not good. And if you have a feeling like I'm not good in English, or I'm an introvert, how can I do the work of a salesperson? I'm an extrovert. How can I maintain the difference or the gap between with students and myself? All these are different kinds of threats. It's not just threat. So even you have threats like this, like if you haven't undergone any of the courses, or if you want to pursue some certificate courses while pursuing your degree, and if you haven't done, and if you don't have the tool with you, even that is a threat. So identify the threats in your field. Okay, if you want to go for academics, for example, so if you want to become a lecturer or a teacher, so at this time, so what tool you should have? So you should pass either set exams or net exams, or you should have a PhD or something like that. Okay, so if you don't have, so you have threat there. And there is one more threat, that a lot of others, those who will be with these certificates, so there will be competitors to your employment. So that is the threat there. Okay, then, so go with the SWOT analysis. Once your SWOT analysis is done, so what you have to do? You have to overcome your weakness, and you have to work towards overcoming the threats. So join a course of Tally if you don't have learned, or if you don't have proficiency in Tally for commerce students. Okay, go for some other options, like there are certificate courses in accounts, in taxation, in GST, so many other courses are there. Identify, explore, and go with the learning of those courses and have a certificate with you. That is more important. For art students, go with content with your visual art, Piyush, or so many other websites are there where you can learn visual storytelling or content writing, or Henry Horvin is there. You could go with content writing. I'm just naming few sites. There are n number of sites which are offering courses, so which you could do in your free time and could have a certificate with proficiency. So that is overcoming your weakness and threats. So when you complete your degree, you should be ready with the above said. So after this comes the preparation of a resume or CV. Yes. Yes, I could see people writing for Quora. I could see digital marketing and affiliated marketing people. So most of them are students and they earn enough money. And there are blog writers, they earn enough money for their livelihood. Even students, I consider them, and that is their hobby. And in the meanwhile, a kind of earning money. So being independent is more important, and you are learning English to connect with the whole world. Using language is the main option here. Okay, so next, so after uh, going with the SWOT analysis, let us go with the preparation of a resume. So what all the things should be there in a resume? Yes? Okay. I hope I could show you some outfits. Okay. Or I could ask you, sorry, I couldn't complete the presentation because of my personal issues. Okay. Okay. And let me go with this. Let me explain the visual option. I request you to imagine the things. So there is an outfit which is there in a showroom. It's of a size of a small, big, and medium. Almost all students knew this very well. And if you purchase a big size to a small person, that means the build of the person is small build, whether that dress suits the person, yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, good. So in the same manner, if I chose a small, that means a smaller size shirt to a person who is a heavy built person, it is impossible to wear. That is exactly your resume is. It is like a shirt or a dress which should properly fit into the job description. Okay, whenever you apply for a job, there will be job description. Uh, oh, how many of you have heard about LinkedIn? How many of you have heard about the job portal websites? Or it might be Shine, it might be LinkedIn, or any other job portal websites. Yes? Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
Yes,
Have
madam.
you heard about it? Yes?
We heard about LinkedIn. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other job portal websites have you heard? Job portals? Yeah, there are.
Indeed.com.
Yeah, Indeed is there. Shine is there, and there are n jobs for her is there, and there are n times jobs is there. N number of job portals are there. Paid and free versions are there. Novo is there. So when we go with different job portals, so whenever you click on a job, you can find job description (JD). Okay, so this is more important, and you have to tailor made your resume as per the job description. Okay, so in the corporate world, I'm just sharing my experience of corporate world. Okay, in the academic, what we do, we just prepare a resume. So a common resume which we send to all job portals, all jobs, whether it is a teaching job or an accountant job or a stenographer job or any other manager or any other kind of job, irrespective of the job description, irrespective of the job title, we send the ready job CV. That means a resume. Am I right?
Yes, yes, madam.
Yes. Okay. Most of the time it is. Okay. Then what to do? So when we come to the corporate world, so it is not just in the corporate world. So when you go to the outer world, let me make it as a broader sense that it is in the outer world. So when you go to the outer world for job, there will be always job description and the responsibilities to be taken, and you'll be having some more things which are related with the job. Okay, so each time prepare, you have to go with the main version. One single version is like your base. So that is, I'll show you a sample CV. Okay, so it is just like a base of that. So you have to change your CV or your resume according to the job description. So for example, if you want to prepare tea, you have to put only tea leaves, right? If you put the coffee powder, and it will not be the tea, or it will not be the output. The tea will not be the output, right? So in the same manner, so your resume should be made as per the job description. Okay, so now I have got a job that is on content writing. For example, think the job is on content writing. So what should be highlighted in the job? So when in my resume, I have to highlight my exposure to content writing or my certification of content writing, and after that the other things. So that, so you should know how to make your resume more appealing for the job, right? So next, so practice telephone etiquettes. What are telephone etiquettes? Yes, yes, please.
The way you speak to when you use over a phone, or the way you communicate, the voice, the tone, the modulation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right. Okay, yeah. So the voice, the tone, the modulation, and the words you use. Yes. So all these comes under telephone etiquette. So whenever you use a telephone, so please mention your name directly. Okay. So usually my classes will be activity based classes. So and I prefer to go with the activity based classes. For example, it might be a role play. Now let us assume, and I'm doing the both the plays, right? That means playing the both the role of a person here. For example, I'm calling a company and I have sent my resume for a job. So how I should mention it? And if there is someone who else who supports me here, voluntarily would be of great help. If not, I have to play both the roles. Anybody from the team? So that it will be a conversation between me and a person or a HR of a company.
Yes, ma'am. I shall help. I shall try my best, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. That will be great. I hope this is Devadatta from Voice.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Devadatta, I'm applying for a company. I have applied my CV. I have sent my mail, and right now I just want to know. Okay, let me begin with the role play. So hope the students, this will be useful for you, and just go with the observation of the words, and feel free to say which is better. Okay. I'm using two rules. I am using two versions of here. So one is a little rude and the other one which is really polite. And we're using all telephonic etiquette. Okay. Good. So let me begin. Devadatta, shall we begin?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The first one will be little rude. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Who's it?
I had sent a mail and I didn't get any offer letter, nor I didn't get any communication from the company, and not an answer for my mail, not interview letter. What happened to my resume?
Okay. First of all, you have called First Advantage in Bangalore. So did you apply for First Advantage, madam?
Yes.
What post did you apply for? Which post did you apply for, madam?
I applied for trainee post.
Was there any mail from our side, madam?
No.
Okay. Let me check with my HR. So as to what has happened. So when was this interview, the first round of interview that happened, madam?
Oh, no, I didn't get interview call.
Or you've not received any interview call. You've just sent your resume, is it?
Yes.
Okay, let me check with the HR and I'll get back to you, madam.
I'm looking for other job. Shall I apply for the other job in some other company or wait for your apply?
As you wish, but this is not the tone we expected. This is customer service that you are requested for, and we expect you to have some obedience, or probably we should have some tone to speak. You cannot speak to an HR like this. This is an HR group here. You cannot speak this way.
I have experience.
Okay, if you have experience, keep it to yourself. It's good for you. Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you, Devdatta. Thank you. Okay, let us go with a module version of the same role play. Hope this will be helpful for our students. I was really rude in this.
Sorry, ma'am.
No. I just want you to behave in the same way what I expected. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Now the name of the company is. Okay.
Take it as Accenture or Dell or anything.
Yeah. Yes, Accenture. Okay. Okay. Let me begin with the role play. Hello.
Yes,
good morning. Is this Accenture customer care?
Very good morning, madam. Yes, this is Accenture customer care.
This is Madhvi speaking. I heard that there are some vacancies in your company and I have sent my CV. I have got a little bit of experience, which I have mentioned in my CV. Could I expect a mail from the company for the further process?
Certainly, ma'am. Give me a minute's time. Let me transfer the call to the HR department. Trin. Good morning, madam. Good morning, madam. I learned that you had applied for the post of for the role of customer care executive, senior post in the customer care executive. We have received your resume, madam, and we are glad that you have called back to check on the status. And you should shortly be receiving an email for which your interview will be scheduled, ma'am. We will be very glad to see you in the next round.
Really great to hear this. Thank you very much, sir. So I'll be waiting for your mail. Okay, we'll connect you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Have a great day.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Devdatta. Yes, okay. This is usually whenever you do a telephonic etiquette, we followed few terms here. May I know what is the reaction of students here? So I'll just stop sharing my screen and we'll come back to you. Yes. Yes. Please. Which one do you think as more appealing and more interactive?
Madam, the second one was very interesting. The way how we use our manners to represent ourselves and our business to the customers via telephone communication. And it includes telephonic etiquette. Actually, it includes the way how we greet a customer. Using tone of voice, word choice, listening skills, and how you close a call. Yes, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So whenever you go with the telephonic etiquette, so one moment. I'll share my screen once again. Yes. So telephonic etiquette, it needs three things. Whenever you call a person, so wait for 3 rings and don't trouble the person by calling often. Okay, this is the first and foremost thing. Second thing, so after giving a call, so introduce yourself. So first greet the person, introduce yourself in a polite way. So then go with your query. If you have any problem, any complaint, don't be rude with your words. So you could use the tone as polite as you can, and you could say grievance instead of complaint. If you want to use the word complaint, I have a complaint on this, but the tone matters a lot here. Okay, once you discuss the matter, try to know the name of the person with whom you have interacted, and say thanks to them and wish them with a salutation. So these are some basic telephonic etiquette. And the meanwhile, so if you are willing to have some information, be ready with the pen and paper. So mark down the important aspects. For example, if I have called a doctor's assistant, if they are giving me some time, scheduled time to visit, I have to make down or note down that. So that means whenever there is a telephonic interview or whenever there is an call, attend
Madam,
it.
one second.
Yes.
Sorry to disturb. Sorry. Participants, I request everybody to mute yourself. Participants, please mute your mics. It is disturbing the resource person. Please mute your mics. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So practicing telephonic etiquettes, it needs some time, I agree. Try starting practicing from the day one. Okay, so introduce yourself to the person. So whenever you call a person, then try to address the person in a polite way. Instead of give me the list, you could go with the, could you please share the list? See, the tone differs, the words differ, and the effects also differs. Okay, so practice telephonic etiquette. The sixth option is practice email etiquette. Yes, I know all of you are known to emails. All of the present generation, they use email to the maximum extent. Yes, but how do you write an email? Yes, please.
Yes, madam. We need our grammar, spelling, punctuation. Avoid mentioning aimlessly the subject matter, and deliver our request and sending our request. Yes, thank you, madam.
Okay, thank you. Okay, if you feel that in an email, if I yell at all the people, how it is possible? Is it possible that email tells the tone? Yes.
Yes, what I feel it's yes, madam.
Okay. Okay. Let me share the screen. Most of the time, we have to follow certain procedure to write an email. So always begin your email with the proper information. Be clear. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope all of you are able to see the screen. So tips for writing emails in strong structure. So what is written there? You could see. So you have to write the subject line. So it is always there. So be proper spelling and grammar. It should be clear. It should be planned. Proofread your emails before sending it. The kind subject line is a must. Be polite and respectful in your email, and this is not the least one. Be professional. Don't go with the formal emails to merge with your personal emails. Remember this. So you might know the person very well. You might be very close to the person. If it is a formal one, follow formal rules. Okay. And so whenever you send CC, so I hope that all of you know about CC and BCC. May I know the difference between these two? Yes? To whom do you send a CC in an email, and to whom you send BCC in an email?
Madam, BCC stands for blind carbon copy. Am I right, madam?
Yes, yes, you are right.
And which is similar to that of CC, except that mail address of the recipients specified in this field actually may not appear in the received message header.
Yes, exactly. And it's not like that exactly. Sometimes this might happen. I'm just sharing my experience of corporate world. Okay. So CC is one thing where, first you are going to go with the, this is the format, all of you know very well. So in this to address, you are going to write the mail ID of the first person to whom you are going to send. Okay, then you have CC. So you could see that to whom you have sent the copies. So this is known even to the person who have received it and to the person who has received the CC. Okay, and BCC is one such. So where you don't want the interference of the particular person in this, but you want him to know the message. Right? So nowadays we are using this BCC to share the information, but to whom you have in BCC, what happens is they will not be knowing to how many people you have sent the information and who are the receivers. Right? So whenever you send a copy, that means CC and BCC, make sure to whom you are sending, whether the person is concerned here or not, whether the topic or the subject is relevant to the person or not, and never forward any kind of advertisement mails or spam mails or junk mails to anybody. This is one more email etiquette, we call it as. Okay, so and there is one more button in the email etiquette, that is a reply all. You might have seen. Yes. So if you select only reply to the sender, so you are sending reply only to the sender. But if you go with the next options, so what happens is you are sending the complete information to all the receivers who have been in the list, that means CC list, right? So be careful while going with the reply option. Okay, so then attachments is one more thing which is more important. Most of the time we feel that we have attached the information, a file or a document or a photo or an image, but it is not. So recheck your attachments before pressing the send button. Okay, then so spell check and closure is always compulsory. So this we call as email etiquette C. So there are some examples here which tells you very clearly that if you don't do spell check and closure properly, so your email might lead to some other meaning, and try to avoid capital letters, all capital letters in an email. For example, if you are going with an email like this, so you could see how poorly it is structured. So in the subject, they haven't mentioned very clearly what is there tomorrow. And in the meanwhile, you know very well that nothing has been mentioned. As you know well, tomorrow we are meeting where? Don't know. What is the new assignment? We don't know. At what time we are going to meet? We don't know. Nothing is there. So tea will be provided. So this is an extra information which is not required there. Yes. So do you think that this is a good or a good email for reference? Please let me know. I hope. And I always call it as a badly structured. So now let us go with a sample for a good email. See the subject, the same topic I have taken, subject materials required for Wednesday submitting. So I have given what all the things to be brought, the academic convener. So I just write Suma there. Who is Suma? We don't know. What is her designation? We don't know. So here it's very clear. Suma is academic convener, and she is referring hi everyone. That is, it is meant to all. So everything is very clear. Could you see the difference?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. So this is an example for a very good email and poorly structured email. How your email should be and should not be. I hope that you have got a very clear idea now. Right? So these are some example opening lines which could be used by you to make your emails, so that it is always required to begin an email with opening lines as well as with closure. Okay, if it is a continuation email, if it is a new email, so you have many options here. So if you're replying to an old email, you could go with that. So you could thank, you could say sorry. So there are many options of open lines. So these are few examples which I just want to mention. So these are some examples for closing lines. Any feedback you can give me on this would be of great help. So you could mention any of the lines if you are willing. So this is a rightly structured formal email. Okay. So when we go with this option, so in the meanwhile, if you use all letters in capital, what exactly it means? If I use all my letters in an email, like reply me at the earliest, all in capital, what exactly it means? Let me know. Yes.
Madam, writing in capital letters appear louder and mixed case. And sometimes referred to as screaming or shouting, what I feel, madam.
Exactly said. Thank you. Yeah. So writing all letters in capital, that means reply me at the earliest means you are yelling at the person, you are shouting, or a kind of which we call as indecent behavior. So look at the tone of your email. So if you order them, meet me at 12. It's a kind of order. So remember, you are preparing yourself for a workplace and all are equal there. So all others are working like you. So what would be the right word? So it would be great if we meet at 12. Is it possible for you to meet at 12? Or could we meet at 12? See, the tone itself changes. This we call as polite use of language, which is badly required for the present workplace. Yes. And none is your slave, none is your superior. Instead of their designation, each one is unique. So going with this option, so we could go with going with the proper presentation, proper email writing, and usage of English language, polite English language. Okay, so let me share the screen once again. I haven't prepared much slides. I'm trying to show the slides what I have prepared. Okay. Okay, so now let us come back to this practice email etiquette, practice polite English. I told. So practicing polite English is the need of the day. So what we use in our written language might not be the same when it comes to polite English usage. So polite English usage, you could have seen with the role play very easily. The tone matters, the words matters, and even uh, the stress on the words matters. Okay, so next we have, this is a new addition nowadays, that is workplace inclusive language. Any idea about workplace inclusive language? Yes? Any idea on workplace inclusion?
Maybe in the corporate world, they address each other by the first name.
Yeah, that is a part. Okay, almost similar. Anything else?
Madam, workplace language is nothing but the language that is free from words or tones. Am I right, madam?
Yeah, almost. In the workplace inclusive language is the present trend. So where we are going to use neutral words, something strange, right? Okay, so in the corporate world, so instead of using the gender biased words, they prefer to use the words which goes with neutral things. Like I'll share you the PPT, and sometimes the pronouns, we clearly ask them about what pronoun they prefer to use. Yeah, so just going with the name, we cannot assume the pronoun. So in now, he might be willing to call himself as she. We don't know. The present generation have got more awareness on gender. So we have to, so they, in many of the corporate meetings, they say very clearly, if I'm Madhavi, so if I don't want to call myself as she, so my pronoun is he, I could say. Or if I'm a transgender, I could use the term, so call me as she. That means my pronoun is she. So this is something which we use in workplace nowadays. Okay, so I'll try to make a list of few of the words which are used in workplace instead of policeman. So it is police officer. Instead of cameraman, it is camera person. So even person, chairperson itself is objected many of the time. So they prefer chairman and chairperson. So person they are preferring instead of chairman. Okay, so that means this is what they call as gender neutrality. So okay, so shall we go with that? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, may I know the students' response over this? Is it interesting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Are they useful?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
fine. Okay, let me continue with this. Okay, let me share the screen and which is on workplace inclusion. So where a certain kind of language we use and the language what we use. So they are called as neutral languages or neutral terms. So which are preferred in the corporate world right now. Okay, so it is just an assumption that in future almost all officers might go with the same options. So that means irrespective of the place where we are right now, so we are connecting globally. So based on this is what we are going to. Okay. I'm sharing some of the slides which I had prepared. You could see that in this, we could find different people from different places or connected together in office. Okay, so as we are into our employability, workplace inclusion is a main aspect of that. Okay, so workplace inclusion. Inclusion means it is taking everything together. So diversity is totally opposite is that. So, but what we are going with that is in workplace there will be diversity, but instead of that diversity, they are united. That means they are included. Okay, so in this we have diverse languages, diverse beliefs. I know beliefs is something strange, but affects workplace. So you might believe that only the senior persons will be having more knowledge. It might be a myth. An youngster might be more educated, more professional than you, or an youngster might be opposite to that. It might change, or any other belief. Okay, I just took one. It might go with the cultural beliefs also. It might go with the religious beliefs also. Any other belief, gender biased beliefs. Okay, any other. Then we go with the priorities. Diverse priorities will be there. During weekend, some want to just relax. During weekend, some want to upgrade themselves by learning, by attending many courses. During weekend, if you want to visit their relatives' place, and the near and dear ones, you might willing to chat with your friends. It might change. Your priority may change, and these priorities change according to age, experience, and your society where you live. It is always based on that. Then your values of life may differ, your culture may differ. But so irrespective of all this, you are together in workplace. Okay, so what you will be having, the inclusive workplace is one such. You will be having family status, gender, education, so many other things. As we are going with the language aspect, so we'll go with this. So what happens when there is language inclusion? There will be higher innovation, better decision making, higher employee engagement will be there, and you will be having higher or increased creativity, increased profits, so faster problem solving. All these are the benefits of language inclusion. So language inclusion, so it goes with accurate and respectful way. So there are some examples. Instead of saying guys in a classroom, so I could use students. Yeah, this is my experience, which I just want to share with you. One of our colleagues' daughter, she came home after attending her first day of college, and she started crying bitterly. I asked her, what is wrong with you? You should be happy that you are a college girl now. And she said, so our college is good, a teacher is good, the lecturer is good, teaching is good, but I didn't like the particular subject lecturer, she said. What's wrong with him? Doesn't he have some knowledge or depth thinking, or does he behave some rudely or indecently? Something, because she's a girl. It's quite common. And she said, everything is fine, but he often used the word guys in the classroom. So thus our classroom contains more girls than boys, but still he used the word guys as we are not there. I said, this is just a simple thing. She said, how could you call it as a simple thing? He could have used the word students instead of guys because we are together there. He could have used the people instead of some guys because it is not just boys who are there in the class. And she's just 17. This make me to think, so how the present generation is going and thinking, and what we need to adopt. So instead of calling ladies and gentlemen, we could use the word people. We could use typical. We could use teammates. Instead of using the word minority, we could use the word underrepresented. Isn't it? This is just an example. We have more words like this See that.
Video folder.
Neutral words.
Video folder.
Yes, you could see them very clearly here. So gender terms and neutral terms. I have given you the whole table there. So instead of salesman, we could use the word salesperson, sales associate, and chairperson, moderator instead of chairman, parent, caregiver, or guardian instead of directly telling mother and father. So sibling is a better word rather than brother and sister. Child is a better than instead of going with the gender daughter and son. See. So these are all the few neutral terms which could be adopted in our workplace. So this won't come within a day. I'll tell you why I am forcing this is so you have plans to go for your employment. So then learn and practice these from today onwards. These are a few more words so which you could avoid and which some words which you could prefer in workplaces. Yes. Okay. Yes. So when we go with this option, so let us go to the work practice workplace inclusion. The last one we are going with is resume writing. Okay. How a resume should be? Let me know. How a resume should be.
Madam,
yes.
It should contain
yes.
our contact information, research objectives, our education, professional appointments, and if we have published anything that matter, awards or honors, grants and fellowships received, and attended conferences and presentation like that, madam.
Okay, very good, very good. It's an excellent answer, actually. Okay, are there bad resumes and good resume? Do we have like that? And how much and what is the length of a resume should be?
At least 2 pages, madam.
Any other ideas? I would love to have more ideas over this.
Ma'am, the resume should not contain any myths. Okay, go ahead, Gloria, go ahead.
Ma'am, I think the resume should contain the objective, the why the need of the job is for us. Like the objective can be like seeking a quality environment or looking for an opportunity to work in an esteemed organization. Then to be a source of strength and which can contribute to the organizational growth and sharing and enriching our qualities. So that the objective can be an highlight of a resume, ma'am.
Okay. Any other views? Thank you, Ria. Is it Ria Raji?
Even dedication.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ria. Yeah.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Even dedication to our work.
Anything else?
Madam, the length of the resume.
I think that every objective should be different for a different job profile.
Yes. Based on the job description, you have to write your resume. What should be the common factors which should be added there then? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. The educational qualifications.
Okay. Then?
Hobbies, ma'am.
Pardon?
Hobbies, ma'am.
Hobbies. Okay. Then?
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good
Regarding
morning.
the
Good
length,
morning.
regarding the length of the resume, we have to put the pressure on the quality, ma'am, rather than quantity of the resume. So resume should convince them to give us the job, ma'am. So to the length of the resume, the quantity should be rather than the quantity, the quality of the resume would be great, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, usually 2 pages or 3 pages resume we could see. What is the difference, or may I know the difference between CV and resume? Yes.
Ma'am, if
Yes.
I'm right, like CV is like the first time for a fresher, and like curriculum vitae is somebody who's already worked and has an experience of some years or in a specific job. So they try to give you that information to which stream or which specific job are they experienced in. So for the freshers, it is most of the times it is resume, and for the experience, it is curriculum vitae. If I'm not wrong, ma'am.
Yes, yes, you're totally right. Actually, absolutely right. Thank you. Yeah. So usually we use resume for freshers and CV for who are little experienced. Okay.
Resume, can I, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, please.
Resume is a one-page summary of your work experience or the qualities or the any relevant you're specifying in your resume. Whereas CV is a longer academic things where you are putting it like as a diary, which includes all your experiences, your certifications, and the thing whatever you have attended, the conferences or the publications, whatever you have done. So it's
Yes,
just
excellent,
a short
excellent.
thing as I remember.
Yes, excellent answer. Yeah. So when you have experience, then only you will be able to go with all these things. Yes, excellent answer. Thank you. Yeah. So when we come to the students part, because as this webinar is meant for students, so I'm going with the resume option instead of going with the CV option. Okay. The corporate sectors, I'm focusing on the corporate sector. Corporate sector doesn't restrict to corporate. It is applicable to all job related aspects or the workplace where they are going to be hired. Okay, so at this time, so what we do is each CV or a resume will be having 2 minutes glance period, 3 minutes glance period, 30% visibility, 50% visibility, something like that. Have you any ever heard about these things? Have you ever heard about these things? May I know?
Not in the educational fields, ma'am, but certainly in the ID fields, yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, even in the academics, so whenever your resume is taken, so they will be having some keywords. So that goes with the job description. So you have to add those keywords in your resume to highlight your resume. Okay, some basic aspects which should be mentioned are there as it is. But when we go with the pattern of a resume, the pattern of your resume goes with formal and mixed. Okay, so I'll try to share one of the pattern of that, then we'll proceed. Okay. So I hope you are going with this. Could you see that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's visible now.
Yes. I request you to read that. Yes, I request you to read that. Just give me a moment as the laptop charge is less. I'll put it for charging. Yes. Are you able to read that?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So you are going with the advantage and disadvantage of chronological resume, functional or skill-based resume, and combination resume. Most of the time, we prefer combination resume because they are flexible and they are actually a kind of showing what you are. Okay, so this kind of resumes are really helpful and best used. Okay, and even I have tried to make out some of the points like best used and don't use. So if your experience is limited and if there are wide gaps in your work history, okay, so you just mention it, no need to highlight the point. But if you want to emphasize the growth of development, so which is done in the functional or skill-based resume, you could use that. In the corporate sector, we do have all these kinds of resume, but preferred one is always mixed resume or combination resume. Okay. Yes. So when we go with this, so there are some resume which are always mentioned as bad resume, and there are some examples for good resume. So in Naukri.com, I tried to find out a few of the resume types, so which I felt as not really good or an example for bad resume, because they are going with highlighting the aspects which are not required or which are not mentioned at the job description. So now you know very well that you have to go with the job description initially, then you have to restitch or retailor your resume, right? Okay. Then again, there are some websites so which gives you ready formats or templates to write your resume. Okay, initial days you could use them, you could use the resume portion, but when it comes to the job description oriented applications, it is better you have to make modifications in the resume. Okay, I have shared my resume to ma'am. Ma'am, could you please share it?
Yes, madam. Just a minute.
So this is just for reference. Don't take it seriously. Okay.
Just a minute, madam.
Just okay, it's okay. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you to keep it ready. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem, madam. It is done.
Okay.
Just a second, madam. Our technical team has not given us the sharing option.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We are denied of that, and that's what we are doing.
Madam, you can share. As you are a coach, you can share, no problem.
Okay, let me check and try to get it. I am able to. I have found that. I'll share. No problem, ma'am. I'll share. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay. Okay, I hope you're able to see this. Okay. And this is a sample CV. You can consider it as a sample CV, which I have taken for writing position. Okay. So I have mentioned writing as the major action here. So that's the reason I have mentioned the technical writing course as well as the writing experiences, what I have. Then I have written the profile summary of mine. Okay, as this is a CV with experience, so you could see some skills what I have mentioned here and the academic qualifications as well as the certificates and trainings. Okay, so when it comes to something else like this, so you could see one more combination resume sample which I have taken downloaded from job portal. Okay, so you could see it very clearly that they have mentioned the name as well as the address, then the designation, what they are. This is a combination resume, remember. So they have written the skills, okay, summary and skills. So experience is your under your thing. Like if you have experience, you can mention it. So if not, you could be made as a fresher. Okay, so this is an experienced one and he has mentioned his experience. Okay, then the employment history is experience. The certification, that is about the education they have given. This is an one-page CV. Okay, so very clear. And so what skill set he has, what experience he has, so everything has been made very clear here. Okay, so could you see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us go with one more resume format. Okay. Could you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I told you to go with analysis of your skills, then identify your skills. That is what I started with my webinar. Then your qualification, if you have done any projects, because projects and trainings are compulsory for freshers, so you might have done some projects. Please mention the projects. For freshers, projects are more important. Okay. Then if you have underwent any trainings or certifications or accolades, you could mention it. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then if you have any hobbies, so here he has some hobbies he has mentioned. So personal details, just date of birth, the language is known, and that's it. This is one page resume. Can you see this? The present trend is to go with this kind of resumes nowadays. Okay. Yes. So then, okay, this is just a sample resume which I asked in a workshop to create. Okay, so what will be the career objective, summary of the skill set, then highlights which should be done, then the education, then about the experience, then extracurricular activities, and the complete information. Okay, so this is something about resume writing. Okay, so we are almost coming to the end of our main topic, that English for employability. So now I hope that you came to know what role English plays here. So throughout your professional life, So, right, it begins with entering into a work field. To enter inside the workforce, so you should have a good hold of language. So how to improve your language skills? So there are a lot of websites which are there, so which gives you information on self-study or self-paced learning. You have audio, that means what we call as podcasts. So self-learning podcasts, and every day if you spend 5 minutes, so you'll be able to have a very good vocabulary within certain time. Okay, and I say that 1 month is enough for any person to acquire a skill. Okay, hope you will agree with me. So there are a lot of tech talks. Okay, I have got, can you please make it, please clear it at the end of the session? It might be a simple one, but I feel it is important to know. May I know what exactly the clarification, that means, is it resume writing or something else?
Yeah, hello, ma'am. This is
Hello.
myself, Teresa. Okay,
Okay.
I just want to, it might be a very simple one, but let me know to clarify that. So suppose a candidate is already working in one of the institution.
Yeah.
Okay, now take me only as an example. I'm already working in one institution. So I just want to quit that and move to the other institution. It might be a school or it might be a college or anywhere. We will take it as an educational institution only, not the corporate one. So now my question is whether to the thing, whatever qualifications we have, the experience we have the our part. But when we want to join the new institution, is it the best way to provide our resume or go with the CV?
Yeah, so yes, see, the kind of academic, that means the institution you are applying, that matters a lot. Okay, if it is a traditional based, okay, so that you could go with a 2-page or 3-page CV.
Okay.
Okay, and if they are into something like a touch with the MNC or corporate or something like that, or the HR is from that background.
Okay.
Okay, so again, shorten your CV to 1.5 page, 1 to 1.5 page, not more than that. Okay, and if you are experienced, highlight your experience, field of experience, that is field of expertise.
Okay.
Then apply it.
Okay.
So that is what we prefer.
Yeah. So something we need to upgrade it with.
Like yes. And you need to upgrade your CV once in 6 months at least. So what you are going to upgrade, that means within 6 months, what skill set you have acquired, what new courses you have done, what new seminars you have attended, so that you could add there. That's the recent developments.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay. It's okay. Thank you. It would be great to have interaction.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. So, yes, please.
Yes, ma'am. At the end of the session, like students are eager to ask questions, ma'am. If you permit us with the permission of the chair, the students are eager to ask some questions, ma'am.
Yes, sure. So before that, I'll end my words about the presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hope these slides, what I have shown and the examples what I have given, they are useful. One more word I just want to add here is go and create your profile in social media. So that is the trend of today. So if you don't have your profile in LinkedIn, and even in Insta, or it might be FB, or it might be any of your job portals, it's highly difficult to get into the world of workers. Like if you want to get into the field, if you want to get into some training, or if you want to get into the workforce, so please update yourself, create a profile. So you have an option for video profile also in LinkedIn. So create a profile. Why I'm telling this is the present trend is they go with your social media website. So whenever you apply for a company, they check your profiles of these social medias. They ask you to give the link of your LinkedIn website. They will ask you to give the link of your Instagram, and they'll try to analyze the mentality, the passion, the inner motives of an applicant through these medias, which is more important nowadays. So if you haven't created, go and create a one today itself. So go with SWOT analysis, go with all other things which have been explained to you. Then first know yourself. After knowing yourself, create your profile. Without knowing self, if you create, it will be an incomplete one. Okay, so best wishes to all of the all those who are here with us. So thank you for the opportunity. Thanks to all. Yes, we could proceed with the interaction session then. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Madam, you have clearly explained the existing gap between the academic and the corporate sector, and you've also helped our students to analyze and also to understand the doors which were not known to us in the corporate sector. I thank you on behalf of the department and the behalf of the college and the society. I thank you very much, ma'am. So with the permission of the chair, now may we proceed for the question and interaction session, ma'am. The students are eager to ask some questions, ma'am.
Yes, sure. Please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm grateful to the opportunity which has been given, and I love to interact.
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Ria Raji from SK Arts College.
Yes.
Ma'am, my first question is with the practice of telephone etiquette, ma'am. So I would like to ask you, when there is a telephonic conversation between two persons, we sometimes mispronounce, or there is a wrong communication between the person who the conversation is going on. So instead of telling the words like A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, instead of that, going with the professional words, alpha, bravo, Charlie, delta, these kind of words, can it be helpful with the professional talk with the other person? And will this be useful? And will the educational institute promote to teach these kind of techniques to the students who are approaching for jobs or interviews, ma'am?
Yes, actually, whenever you enter a BPO, the initial day they will ask you to go with these kind of words. There is a chart for it, and they'll make all BPO joiners to learn this pronunciation, as well as the kind of what you said. That is, instead of going for A for apple, they give a lot of other opportunities for that. So, but in the academic sector, it is missing, and if there is a change in the syllabus, we could move with that. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you,
yes,
madam,
ma'am.
for answering that. We have another student waiting to ask you another question. It is Maithili, madam.
Yes, please. And
hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Maithili.
Good afternoon. I just wanted to ask you that how can we motivate or make the present generation the opportunities of English it has, and how would it help them in their lives?
Okay. Yes. This is like most of the time they are unaware of the opportunities which are available. Most of even they feel that after going with English or taking arts, they have to move for teaching or some writing, like in a newspaper or editor, something like that. But it is not the fact. You have a number of opportunities, including in the corporate sector. The corporate trainers are taken. So if you are good in English, you are taken as corporate trainer, because most of the times the engineering graduates of today are not well versed in English. So they are given training from the companies to communicate globally. Okay, and a lot of corporate training centers are demanding English lecturers with soft skills to teach the corporate as well as the aspiring candidates towards polite as well as pragmatic English usage and soft skills. Okay, the second thing is even that is a kind of teaching, but it is be based on workshops, it will be based on sessions, and you will be having a number of opportunities. So you could work as a translator. So being in the field, I know very well that I charge 1 rupee per translation, and if you so a sheet might contain 200 to 300 words, and if you are good in translation, you can earn enough money for your life living by being a translator. I translate from Kannada to English and English to Kannada, but in translation again there are many differences, like you will be having judicial translation which goes with the legal words, you will be having academic translation which goes with a paper translation, and you will be having general translation and writing. But you need to upgrade daily or your reading skills, your understanding, analyzing as well as critical thinking skills doing this. Okay, and the third one is in the academics, you know very well, you could be a teacher, lecturer, trainer, and now you have this online teaching as a boon to you, so where you are paid in dollars for online teaching. Okay, so you could, if teaching is your passion, if you feel afraid that by teaching I may earn less, it is not the case now. So there are TESOL courses, there are TOEFL courses, there are teaching English as foreign language, then ELT courses are there. So where you can earn up to $12 to $20 per hour. Okay, this is my experience, what I'm sharing. I'm not going behind something which is not practical. So then apart from that, you could be a content writer, you could create content to the websites, you could be a blog writer, so you could be voice artist, and you could do technical writing as your profession. So if you're good in English, you could be a technical writer. You need to adopt some skills of computer, obviously, but these technical writers are paid high right now. So their pay is around 11 to 12 lakhs per annum. Remember, but you need to practice and you need to upgrade. And in the banking sectors, in the government sectors, as usual, you have a number of opportunities. Yes, Maithili, did I give an answer which is satisfying to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
It
madam.
really satisfied, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sidlingaya to come up with the next question there. Sidlingaya Hiremat.
I'm sharing one website address, so where you could learn English through movies. And you have BBC, so where you can learn 5-minute podcasts, 6 minutes podcasts are there. So BBC 6 minutes podcasts are really helpful, so which helps you to learn English every day. So apart from that, everyday English is there, and you have many other websites which are useful. Yes, next
Thank
question,
you, madam.
please.
May I request Sidlingaya to come up with the next question there? Hello? Kavana there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, could you please pose the question?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes,
my
please.
question is that what are the important highlights in the email to be alert of?
Pardon? Could you please repeat?
Ma'am,
Pardon?
what are
Yes.
what are the important highlights in the email to be alert of, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah. So email is one such which is a mirror of yourself. Okay. Which one do you think that which part of you feel that it is not more important? So, like when you give to address, it should be right. If not, you will not be able to send to the sender. Okay, send option will fail there. Then, so in the message option, if you don't write what is the topic, so the reader might not be interested to read the email what you are sending. So that is a compulsory. That is without no name. So if a person without name, is he considered anywhere? No. So that means even so you have to write the second option there. Then when you come to the first part of email, so that is salutations as well as addressing one. So so it is just like if you don't do it, it is considered as rude. So salute them. Then topic. So topic should be brief, clear, without any mistake, any punctuation or any kind of grammar mistake. So and that is a need of the day. Then again, the last thing is again, so you have to say thanks. So it's highly difficult to say this is not required in an email. So all these 5 portions are required in an email. So you have to then enclosure. You have to go with the checking of an enclosure. If you are enclosed anything, then only you send the send button option. Press the send button option. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All 5 steps are really needed. You cannot say which organ is more important to you in the 5 sensory organs. It's just exactly like the same.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
ma'am.
madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
May I request Gloria to ask the question there, to interact with madam with your question? Gloria.
Madam, I had another question. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, is my voice audible?
Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am. So my another question is the tone of words important while communicating, ma'am?
Yes,
and even in
exactly.
the aspect of negative, ma'am, like when we
sorry, I couldn't
have
go
a
with that
complaint
option.
or something to tell in negative aspect.
Yes, Ria, actually, I couldn't go with all the aspects. I teach all these things taking 1 month time. Okay, each step is taken with workshop activities and all. The tone is really important. If you don't want to, and if you say, so like, I don't like this is very harsh. So you could say that I'm doubtful. I might not like this, or I'm doubtful about the result of this, or I'm afraid I'm afraid about attending the meeting tomorrow because I have another meeting at 12. So where you are clearly denying, but your tone is totally different. It would be great if you reschedule your meeting to 1 because I have some other meeting at 12. So I can't attend at 12 just postpone it to 1. How rude it is, and how beautifully you could make it very clear. So could you please reschedule it to 1? I have a team meeting at 1. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Tone matters a lot. Tone matters a lot.
In a pleasing
Even in
manner, no, ma'am?
Yes. You are going to say very clearly that you cannot do that, but you are using pleasing words. Yes,
Okay,
Trista has raised her hand. Yes, please.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
One more question
yes.
I have. Yeah,
Yes,
like
please.
for example, like whether it's a corporate or again coming to the same thing, like educational
Yes,
institution.
educational. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Is it very necessary or mandatory to change the accent of English? Like, should we go in a common English or should we use the different accent when we are speaking English?
Yeah. So that goes with the audience actually, but it is preferable to use the standard English terms. But
Yes,
in
correct.
India, we have thought marak ke diya hai, they say. Like we use Indian English like postpone and prepone. So there is no word like postpone. So if you go to abroad and use the word prepone or post, they usually use the words reschedule or schedule.
Yes,
So
ma'am. Yes.
and
When we say
good.
schedule and they
Yes.
say schedule, yeah. So this
Yes.
becomes a lot of confusion with the teacher as well as the students. Now, as me
Yeah.
being a teacher, yeah, that and spear and sphere. So there is
Yeah.
lot of because
Yes.
nowadays
And
children tend to see Google and sometimes
yes.
they may correct us also. So
Yes. Yes.
and we should be from our side, we should be like very positive, saying that students don't go to the Google and follow that accent, right?
No.
So
Yeah, I agree with you. We have
yes,
three
ma'am.
kinds of English, ma'am. So
Okay, ma'am.
apart from Indian English, apart
Yes,
from, I'm telling you.
yeah,
So one
yeah,
is American accent, where
yes,
I is pronounced as a.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
this go with accent training actually.
yes, yes,
So, so banana they say, not
yeah,
banana,
banana, yeah,
banana they say.
yeah,
Okay, na as pen sounding will
correct,
be there.
yeah,
Okay, and in Australian English, Australian English is a mixture of Britain and American. So few words they use Britain English, that means British English, and few words they use American English. Okay, so where they use this as banana.
hmm.
Okay, and in British English that is exactly the same, banana.
So usually, like being in India, I consider the
Yeah,
whole India. We are not considering the very modern school or just a common school. So
yeah,
in
yeah.
India, we follow like just a common English. But what
Yes,
happens
yes,
when the students get into the Google or when they go
yeah,
into the modern schools or
yeah.
anything, automatically their accent changes. So
Yeah, I agree. I
it's
agree.
difficult to tally that time.
Yeah, you could tell them the difference
Not
between
like,
these.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
not like compulsory, right, ma'am?
yeah. No.
Not
It is
compulsory.
that's what you could tell the difference between the
Yeah,
accent of American
correct,
as well as
correct.
Australian, and
Yes,
in India we
correct.
preferably
Yeah,
use
yeah.
British English.
Yeah, I just do the same thing. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am. Thank you.
thank you. Yes, one more hand raise I could see. Uh, yes, please.
Yes, thank you, madam. One last question by Chaitra, our student there.
Yes, please.
Madam, I would like to ask a question on behalf of Chaitra because there's some noise in the background, ma'am. The student's question is that please mention some specific dress code to follow while attending the interview, madam.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I agree. So formal dress is always required. So don't, if you're, so comb your hair properly. And if you're a girl or even might be a boy nowadays, I don't go with the gender here. So if you have long hair, so don't allow them, or don't go with a free hair. So try to go with a hair which is that means a tied one will be always a suitable one. Your attire should suit the environment. So if you're going for a modeling, so you could wear a short dress or any other fashionable dress because you're into the field of modeling. But if you're going for some other kind of job interview, so wear a formal dress. Light colored dresses are always appreciable. So and be confident. The confidence should be on your face. Then wear footwear which suits the place, and don't wear socks or something like that which are smelling, or something which makes you uncomfortable. If you wear a high heel which you're not practiced into and try to enter the cabin and make a mistake, that will be so odd. So wear which you are comfortable into but which should suit the place. Okay, and wearing any kind of like very big tilak or something like that might not, this is my opinion. So if you want to practice with a smaller one, so not a dominating one, I say. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, too much
Thank you
of
very much.
bangles, too much of lengthy earrings, all these doesn't suit the place. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if you're applying some makeup, be natural. That means the makeup should be on the natural side, natural shade. Yes,
Thank you very much,
that's
ma'am.
it. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
it was very, very helpful and essential interaction session that the students had, ma'am. Ma'am, proceeding forward, I now request the Honorable Principal of the college, Dr. Uma V. Nerle, madam, to deliver the presidential remarks, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Principal, madam. Principal, madam.
Thank you, Devdatta.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is
Hello?
audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon to everyone. Yes, today is a holiday. Also, our department, KLSK Arts and HSK Science Institute Public English Department has organized webinar on employability, English as an employability. And Madam Madhvi has justice for this, having a wonderful session, nearly about 2 hours with Q&A. Ma'am, you have trained our students of the first year, second year, and final year, delegates from the outside to ready to be a job. In this pandemic, we, the KLIN, SK Arts and HSK Science Institute, Hubli, always tries to be a unique and different. We have not stopped any activity during pandemic also. So though also our students are away from it.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible, ma'am. Principal, ma'am, your voice is not audible, ma'am.
Hello, Devdatta, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello, good afternoon to everyone. KLE's SK Arts and HSK Science Institute Hubli always tries to be unique with our students as well as our stakeholders. Though also it is a second lockdown and our students are away from campus and their teachers, we always try to struggle to reach out to the students. In this regard, our English department has once again shown that, yes, we are with the students. And today the Madhvi madam has made the justice for the English as an employability, starting from how to write the CV, how to face the interview, what are the different etiquette manners, and she made our student to job ready for the corporate as well as high sectors. Ma'am, on the behalf of KLE's management, on the behalf of all the teaching and non-teaching staff, I, Dr. Uma, the principal of the esteemed KLE's SK Arts and HSK Science Institute, Hubli, wholeheartedly thanks for the wonderful session. At the same time, my thanks goes to all the delegates and the participants. So also it is a national holiday. You are stuck on your electronic gadgets, and Madhvi madam proved this. So whatever may be the what madam said, the podcast or the TED talks, but because nowadays everything is online and we are getting in our hand, that is just on the palm. If we will hold our mobile, everything we can access. So ma'am has given the different websites and different links and different suggestions. Hopefully our students will go through this and they will come for the everything with the ready for the interviews and interviews for the job sectors. Thank you, ma'am. At the same time, I take this opportunity to all my dear students who are online and in a YouTube as well as on this Zoom link. I thank all my dear students and all my teaching and non-teaching staff for making this English as an employability webinar a grand success. Thank you. Thank you one and all. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dear all participants, feedback link will be shared shortly in the chat box. Please fill the feedback link. That would be of great help for us.
Hello, madam.
Hello. Yes,
Madhuri, madam?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. So I
Thank
couldn't
you.
prepare all PPT very well as per plan. Sorry.
No, madam. The
But
role
I
play
tried.
was really interesting.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I should be grateful to Devdatta for that.
Devdutt also, yes, madam. That came out very lively with all that tone modulations and all that.
Yeah, yeah, I
And it was
agree.
very nice to learn about the gender neutrality also.
Thank you, ma'am.
That was a new thing for us.
Okay, okay. Yeah, inclusive language is the first option that the employees are preferring nowadays.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we make 2 days workshop on inclusive language.
Okay, madam. Okay. That will be really interesting to know more about this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I just want to know whether we will share the feedback as well as so which might be helpful for my career. That's the thing.
Yes, madam. We will do it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Principal's permission, we will give it. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you
Yes.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Usually it will be linked to. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your cooperation. It's really made
Always, ma'am,
because you
always.
people cooperated. Yeah.
No, madam, morning you had some trouble and in spite of that, you could arrange for all this.
No, even now I'm in my brother's place. I ran from my place to my brother's place.
The last minute, it might have been a little bit confusing and embarrassing also.
Yes, actually, I prepared slides, and after coming here and opening, I lost few slides. So it was just 4 slides which were saved. So that 4 slides what I shared initially. Rest all 12 slides on the presentation was disappeared. They were disappeared. So I used the old presentations which I had.
But it came out very well, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, the students were a little bit more confused with the resume writing and all, what all to include, how much it should be and all. That was very clearly mentioned here.
Okay, okay.
Very
Hope,
nicely taken up.
yeah, this is good actually if it is taken if it is helpful for students.
Yes, madam, it was.
Yeah. Because the struggle what you have taken and the struggle what I had faced, so it should be benefited.
Yes.
Yeah, even the staff is really cooperative. I thank you all for the wonderful session, the wonderful interaction as well as the cooperation which has been given by you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. We will be expecting the same support from you even later on also.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Some more sessions we will try to have, ma'am.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Yes, Devdatta wants to say something, I think. Devdatta, please.
Pramod, Pratibha from Mysore, ma'am, who are CG classmates, ma'am, and your students. They also
Yes.
joined the webinar,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And even I could see Siddhgangama of our college, that means JSS college has joined and has wished.
Yes. Many people
I
from
don't
JSS
know
college
about
Mysore
that.
have joined, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good, nice to hear. Yeah. Okay, shall we?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, shall we end? Yes, sure. That's what. Yeah. Please. I was about to ask this thing.
Madam. All the participants, please open your video so that we'll have a snapshot, virtual snapshot.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. I request all participants to turn on your video so that we can have a snap. Participants, please turn on your videos. On behalf of the English department and from the college, I would like to thank Siddesh sir and Archana madam who provided with all the technical support, sir. Thank you, Siddesh sir and Archana madam.
Thank you. Hope you'll share that with me. I couldn't think.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, shall I end the meeting?
Yes. If they have submitted the feedback, then we can, sir.
Yeah, already submitted. I had given the feedback. So
Mute
please,
middle, sir.
everyone give the feedback and you can just exit.